Hey everybody, it's David. So today I want to talk through Roth versus Traditional IRA and which one is right for you. So before we get started, we need to talk through a few foundational pieces, including subscribing to this channel if you're getting value and hitting that like button. So first, let's start with what an IRA actually is. So contrary to popular belief, an IRA actually stands for an individual retirement arrangement. However, out there in the public, you're really going to hear these referred to as individual retirement accounts. But throughout the video, I'm really just going to refer to them as IRAs, but keep in mind they are individual retirement arrangements. Secondly, we are going to be discussing the Roth versus Traditional IRA from that specific lens, but these do apply to your workplace as well. So whether you have a Roth or a traditional 401k or a 403b, all the principles are going to apply here. The main difference is going to be the contribution limits. So for a 401k or a 403b, in 2020, you have a contribution limit of $19,500 if you are below the age of 50, and if you're above the age of 50, you get to do an additional $6,500, totaling $26,000 for the whole year. Whereas with an IRA, the limits in 2020, if you're below the age of 50, is $6,000, and if you're above the age of 50, you get to do an additional $1,000 for a total of $7,000 for the whole year. And what's awesome with this, though, is if you have an IRA and a workplace that has a retirement account, you can actually contribute both up to the maximum contribution. So this is just additional growth that you're able to get in your retirement accounts. And then one additional note here, it's more of a nuance than anything, but if you work for an employer that offers the match, that's awesome. We always want to take advantage of that because it is free money and we don't want to leave any of that on the table. But if they have a Roth at your workplace and you're investing into that, the match that the employer is putting in is actually going into a traditional account, and so that's not going to be treated as a Roth account. However, if you have worked our plan and you're completely out of debt, house and everything, and you're looking to invest additional funds, what you can actually do is come back to that employer match that's a traditional account and actually pay the taxes on it and turn it into a Roth account, and then therefore you're going to get tax-free growth. So now that we've laid some foundation pieces, we can really start to dive into the Roth versus the traditional IRA. And the main difference here is going to be when and how the money is taxed. So with a Roth IRA, it is done with after-tax dollars, which means that the money is taxed now at your current tax rate, but then all the growth in the account is completely tax-free. So when you start to pull the money off in retirement, there's no taxes to pay. It means the government's hands stays off of our money, and we love that. The traditional IRA, though, it's an investment that's done with pre-tax dollars, which means you don't pay taxes until you start to draw the money out at retirement. However, when you start to draw the money out, the taxes are on the entire account, all the growth and everything that you've put in it.
Boo, we don't like that.
We're giving the government extra money. So what exactly does this mean, and why should you care? Well, let's walk through an example of just how impactful this little difference of when you pay taxes can actually have. So let's take a 20-year-old who opens an IRA account. They open it with a max of the $6,000 per year that's allowed right now in 2020. And the 20-year-old does this for the next 45 years until they're to retire at age 65. This would mean that at 65, the $6,000 for the next 45 years, this individual would have put in a grand total of $276,000. Now, this $276,000 investment, assuming a 7% annual rate of return, would amass to a grand total of a staggering $1,960,525.29. This is great news, especially if it's in a Roth IRA. Now, this $1,960,525.29 That total minus the $276,000 that this person invested equals a grand total of $1,684,525.29 of growth. So if this is a Roth IRA, then there are no taxes paid on any of that. Not on the 276 because you've already paid taxes on it, not on the 1.6 million, so the entire $1.9 million is all yours tax-free. Sure, the person got taxed throughout their lifetime on the $6,000, but even if that person were in a 40% tax bracket that was just a flat 40%, on that $6,000, they're paying a grand total of $2,400 per year over the course of 45 years in taxes. But that, I think, is a very small price to pay to then walk away with over $1.6 million in tax-free money. So what's the flip side of this equation? If it were a traditional IRA, sure, this person would have avoided paying $2,400 a year in taxes. That's fine. That's a total of $108,000 over the course of 45 years in taxes that they wouldn't have to pay. But what's your reward? You then get to pay taxes on the entire $1.9 million that is in the account. Yes, sure, the argument is you're going to be a smaller, less tax bracket come retirement, but let's run the numbers. Let's say instead of a 40% tax bracket, you're now at a 20% tax bracket. Well, on 1.9 million, that 20% becomes $392,105.06 of a tax bill that you get to pay. And that means overall you would be walking away with $1,568,420.23. Now I know some of you are going to say, but both of those are great. If I could have that in retirement on a $276,000 investment, I'd take it. And yes, you would be right. That is great. And this is why we should all be millionaires come retirement. If you start investing early, invest that $6,000 in your IRA, it makes you a millionaire come retirement. But if there's some way that I could pay taxes on $108,000 over the course of 45 years to end up not having to pay taxes on 1.9 million, ultimately saving the difference of $294,105.06 in taxes, then by all means, please sign me up. This is the power of the Roth IRA. And this is why I want you to jump with joy anytime you hear the word Roth, because it means tax-free money. Now, if you've been really paying attention as I've been describing this, you're going to say, well, wait a second. If I would just take the tax benefit that I'm getting every year from not having to pay, and I were to invest that money, I would end up with the same amount that you end up with in the Roth IRA. And you know what? You would be right. You would end up with the same amount. But come on, 99.9999% of people out there are either going to forget to do it a couple times over the course of 45 years, or they're going to end up saying,
I deserve.
get that American mentality out, and they're going to say, I need to buy myself something, I need a new car, I need to take a trip, I need to upgrade the kitchen, I need to go XYZ. Come on, be real with yourself. You're not going to follow through with it. The odds of you following through are so small. Go ahead and take the guaranteed paying with after-tax dollars in the Roth IRA. Do yourself the favor, don't play the game this time, and sign up for the Roth IRA. Take the guaranteed tax-free money. So if the tax advantages weren't enough to get you over the hill on a Roth, here's some additional benefits of a Roth IRA over the traditional. The first is early withdrawals are much more flexible with the Roth. So I have to say I never want you to unplug the money that you have in your retirement accounts. All you're doing is taking time and compound interest off your side, and you're going to ultimately regret it down the road. Now I understand there's some life circumstances that might cause you to say, I'm going to either have a bankruptcy, I'm going to be in foreclosure, I need to do something, I need to get that money that I've had saved. Okay, if that's the case and you have to pull it out, this is why a Roth is going to be better. When you go to pull out money from a Roth, anything that you've put in, you can take out without penalty. Now, it's not the earnings, but anything that you've put in. If you flip to the traditional IRA, what happens if you take the money out? The IRS doesn't like that. They want their fair share of the money. So not only do you get taxed at your current tax rate, but you also have to pay a 10% penalty. So you're getting hit almost at 45%, depending on your tax rate. It's something that you wouldn't want to do. You're just losing money. And so again, I really don't want you to ever have to unplug, but if you had to, a Roth is going to be much more of a friendly option. Now, the second thing that the Roth is going to be able to do, it actually has fewer restrictions for retirees. So a traditional IRA starts to have required minimal distributions at age 72, whereas the Roth IRA doesn't have any unless it's an inherited IRA. So now hopefully you're convinced and you say, the Roth IRA, it's a holy grail and I can't wait to sign up. Here's my $6,000. Let's go open an account. You rush off, you try to open an account, and you find out there's income limitations. You have to be kidding me. That's right. The IRS says for a Roth IRA, there's income limitations. So if you're married filing jointly, the income limitation for 2020 is $206,000 of an adjusted gross income. If you're single, that totals $139,000. But now, before you
Cry over spilled milk.
there's something called a backdoor IRA. So you can get into your backdoor Roth IRA. It's really just a fancy administrative trick that happens. So you take your money, you open a traditional IRA, it then gets rolled to a Roth IRA, you pay some taxes, and voila, you now have a Roth IRA with tax-free growth. It's amazing. So, in summary, what I want you to do anytime that you hear the word Roth, I want you to jump with joy and realize it's tax-free money. And for most of you all watching this video, the Roth IRA is going to be the best option and the best thing that you can do for yourself. And it's by far the most valuable thing you can do with $6,000 in 2020. So, as always, if you're getting value from this channel, please subscribe and hit that like button, and we'll see you next time.